You said you're cool and that it's alright, but you're hiding something that don't feel right. You know life is better when we just talk. When we just talk, let's talk. Baby, I'm not part of our language. I ain't got no time to sit here angry. You know life is better when we just talk. When we just talk, let's talk. I know sometimes I can say the wrong thing. You won't get nowhere without responding. You know life is better when we just talk. When we just talk, let's talk. Better when we just talk. Just talk. Better when we just talk. Better when we just talk. Just talk. Better when we just talk. Just talk. You know better when we just talk. Let's talk. You said you're cool and that it's alright, but you're hiding something that don't feel right. You know life is better when we just talk. When we just talk, let's talk. Can we
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday stream. Open's having a fantastic day today. I realized that just as I was going live, I mentioned it on Wednesday. Today is 11 years. 11 years of making content, which is kind of crazy. December 14th, 2014 is when I uploaded my first video. So, weird to think about it. But, pretty cool. 11 years. Not bad. Been around to some degree for 11 years is a very long time. So, we're not going to do anything too special today. We'll see. But I did want to get back to working on actually mining out some area, because last stream we spent a lot of time doing end raiding, which is good, but it means we didn't do as much in the nether as I would like. So, and the nether is a much easier place to have shaders on, to be honest with you. It's a lot more difficult, I would say, to have shaders on in the overworld, just because the lag portion of it, there's not as much I feel like the rendering in the nether. My FPS is at least better, so. All right, let's head down here. So yeah, hopefully everyone's having a fantastic day. I'm having a pretty good day. Can't complain too much. With shaders on, we can kind of see a little further as well. And you can see all the area we've cleaned out over here. You can see all the area in the middle here we still need to clear out. That's going to make this thing a whole lot more efficient, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of magma cubes here. But we'll spend a couple hours today doing some more digging. And just kind of go from there. So I think last time we were over here, clearing out a lot of area. Might want to continue that. We'll see. So we cleaned out this area. We didn't clear out all the way up to there yet. We could start over here. Do this area. This would be pretty easy. See if it stretches all the way over here. Does it? Oh, not that. It does not. Does it stretch over to here? It does stretch here. It just doesn't stretch all the way over there. So let's see if I stand here. Okay, here's still good. What about here? Here's still good. What about here? Okay, so up to here. Let me get my ender chest out. We will grab you. I think it was here we wanted to start. Yeah, right here. Here and all the way across that way, I believe. So we'll just make this, we'll mark this as our cutoff point here. And kind of just go from there. I guess I could also just do this. I just have to stand on this side, which is fine. Yeah, I might as well while I'm here. So. Hopefully it's been a good few days for everyone. Like I was saying, it's been a good few days here. We're in the throes of the holiday season, so a lot of preparing for the holiday season. When we do get to the holiday season, the Wednesday streams will probably go away for a couple weeks. Really, because we won't be, well, at least for a week. I think Wednesday is Christmas Eve this year. So we will not be here for Christmas Eve. For sure. So the Wednesday streams, let's see, today's the 14th. So we should have one Wednesday stream next week. And then we won't have one the week after that, and then we'll probably have one the week after that, because we're not planning on doing anything for New Year's. New Year's is always an interesting time. In years past, I think for the last 3 years, if I remember correctly, we've had some kind of gathering of people, which is usually nice, but this year we're not planning on doing anything, so. So I would say a lot of the reason we're not doing anything so usually we'll have people over New Year's Eve, and then they'll leave New Year's Eve and just wait till the ball drop, wait till midnight or 1 a.m. or whatever it is. Midnight, I think. They'll leave a little bit after that normally. There's just been a lot this year. We've got a lot of things going on, and with that, you know, one of the things we haven't had is a whole lot of just free time, I guess. On weekends anyways. There's free time during the week, but on weekends we haven't had as much time to ourselves, so I proposed the idea. When I was a kid, one of the things that I would do my family would do on New Year's, we'd either order like pizza and wings, or we would make pizza, watch some movies, and just kind of hang out. So it's probably what my wife Emma and I will probably do this year. I mean, there's a pretty good chance I'll stream New Year's Eve. Just when I say nothing, I'm talking about like the normal stuff that I do. Hey Breezy, how's it going? I have children? Oh my goodness. Nobody told me. So yeah, I mean, the plan would be to still stream New Year's Eve for a few hours. I may even do like New Year's, like during the day New Year's Eve instead of in the evening. Which might be better for some people because normally New Year's Eve there's like stuff going on, so I'll have that day off, so it'd be pretty easy for me to do a stream during the day. It'd be nice. Just don't name us spoiled brats. No, that's my dog. That's what we call her. So her name's already taken. I don't know, Breezy. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Hey, Sunny San, how's it going? Doing pretty well today. Hopefully you're doing well. Back here. Cause that is out of my league over there. Y'all, this is still inside, yeah. To see where the edge is here. It's right here. If you're thinking to take out our mom for New Year, then I can forgive you not planning something. Yeah, fair enough. Going out? I don't know. Went over nice with family earlier. It's still full. Nice. What'd you have for lunch? Food-wise. Oh my goodness. That. I picked up something at the store while I was there to eat today. What's up?
My dog is ridiculous.
What'd she do?
I come out and she's like whining, right? Wanna guess where she is right now?
Where?
In the kitchen, looking up at the chicken.
Oh, the chicken, yes. We got a chicken at Wegmans today. And I broke it apart right before stream today. There's a bowl of chicken bits just sitting on the counter and she could smell it.
It is whining at it. You hear that?
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, I mean, she's already gotten chicken today, so I gave her like more than she probably should have had. So it's a nice pub carver, very Christmassy turkey dinner. We do the turkey thing at Christmas. Yeah, I mean, some people here do turkey. I think so. I think some people here do turkey at Christmas as well. Makes sense. That sounds very nice though. I grew up eating ham for Christmas. I think one year with Emma's family we did like they had like boar or something. Wasn't it boar? That one year?
Yes.
Yeah. So which that was different. Yeah, it's fair. That's fair. Thanksgiving's technically not exclusively an American thing, because there's like Canadian Thanksgiving, I think, as well, right? Pretty sure. But it's mostly just American thing. So. Whole history thing behind it we learned in school. You suddenly gave us a little pork pie for Christmas morning, though. That's a tradition here. I think what traditions we have. I had some as a kid that we don't really do anymore because I don't spend Christmas with my family. Ordinarily, I spend Thanksgiving with my family, but the last 2 years we haven't because we've been doing something different, something more fun, to be honest. So. Okay. Ow. Yeah, Canada's is a different date, yeah. I remember hearing that years and years ago. I was like, huh? You do what now? But outside the beacon range now, so we should just do a little bit of this and then move on. I'm the last one of my immediate family left now. Brother passed away recently, so I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry for your loss. So I'll be having Christmas dinner with my neighbors this year. Cool. Well, I'm glad there's at least someone near you that has invited you over. It is weird now that we've moved. We have more of like an actual like neighborhood that we live in, and I'm still getting used to, I think, like the neighbor. Knowing our neighbors portion of it, I guess. Very interesting concept. Because previous to here, we did not, like, we lived around people. Like, we would live in an apartment building, we lived in a townhouse, but we didn't, like, know people necessarily who lived around us, you know? Recently, we were away for a night, and it's getting really cold here, and so Emma needed a space heater for her office because her office. Oh, White Fire song. Turn it up a little bit. There. Her office was getting kind of cold, and so we put the space heater in there, and then we left, and she couldn't remember if she turned off the space heater. So we actually asked a neighbor to come, gave him the garage code, and he came in and double checked for us and unplugged it, which was a weird concept for me. I mean, I remember that as a kid, like my parents doing that with like different neighbors and saying, you know, hey, here's the garage code, because we always leave the door from the garage into the house unlocked. It's like you wouldn't technically need a key, you just need to know the garage code, and then you're in. We live in a pretty safe area. Otherwise, I would be a little more alarmed about us doing that. But we have people here who just like leave their garage doors open, or even just leave their front doors unlocked. It's a really like. I was surprised at how safe it is. With the amount of random garbage that I'll find sometimes. But yeah, anyways, I'm glad you get somebody near you to spend Christmas with. We still have a pick as to where we go, but Emma always enjoys going to her parents for Christmas, so that's where we tend to go. And my parents don't do a whole lot, to be honest. So not really missing out on anything. My parents have never done much. Like when I was a kid, it was literally like Christmas was wake up, open presents, go play with, you know, toys, video games, whatever during the day. And I think when I started making content, that's pretty much what I still did then. I would just get on my computer. There was dinner, of course, and things like that, but it wasn't like a big deal. You know, this kid, my neighbors now, it's because they need them to check on things. I remember we used to leave our door unlocked in the US back in the 80s. Yeah, and it really depends on where you live more than anything within the US, but thankfully where we live is pretty safe, so. I would not have done that same thing where we previously lived. Not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just we didn't really know as many people, one. But two, I didn't feel quite as good there. We lived off of a more major road, so that was part of it. We'd have just random people walking around and whatnot at night as well. So here we're a little more tucked away in a fairly old neighborhood. Not old as in people. I mean, there are a lot of old people too, but old as in just the house has been around for a long time. It's not as new of a development. It's not right off a major road, things like that. So lived in suburban New Jersey. I remember my dad used to leave his car unlocked too. I got nervous when he visited the UK and did the same here. Interesting. Yeah, I guess it depends on where in New Jersey, I guess. Honestly, I haven't been to New Jersey enough to really have an opinion though. I don't remember the last time I even stayed in New Jersey. We passed through New Jersey last month, going up to Boston, but we just passed through. Like, the weirdest thing to me in the U.S. about New Jersey is that I believe they are the only state, or one of a very few states. I think they're the only state. You can't pump your own gas to put in your car. I believe it's Jersey. Like someone else has to. They have a station person who does it for you. So it's a little weird. I won't lie, it's a little weird. But it was kind of nice. Like the once that I had to get gas in New Jersey, not having to get out of the car was kind of nice. In range? There we go. In the various places, New Jersey, but the last house I lived in, my dad was in a township in the outskirts of Newark. Okay. I know it took my dad an hour to drive to his office in New York. Yeah, don't leave your car unlocked in New York. It's a general good rule of thumb. I mean, any major city. It's okay when you're out in the suburbs or in a much smaller city, but any major city, I wouldn't leave a car unlocked. So cool. There we go. Oh, he had a Mercedes. Oh. Yeah, don't drive that into anywhere populated. Yeah, pick up for the journey, yeah. Go. I don't even think I've ever sat in a Mercedes. I don't even know if I've known anybody with a Mercedes, to be honest. Bought his first Mercedes, lived over here before he and my mom split up. He went over to the Netherlands for it since it was cheaper there. So he had a left-hand drive car here in the UK for a while. Left-hand drive. Is the UK? I don't know which European countries are which, but does UK drive on the same side of the road as the US, or is UK the opposite? US, we drive on the right. Left-hand drive car. Because it sounds like the UK is probably a right-hand drive car, which means it drives on the left side of the road. If you have 2 lanes, one going each way. Yeah, okay. But the Netherlands, it sounds like, drive on the right, and therefore they have the left driver's seat. I'm reading that right, which is interesting. That's what the US does, I think, yes. I have to like double check my memory now. It's like, I was just driving like 2 hours ago. I should know this. Go. Most of Europe drives on the right, like the US. I think only Ireland drives on the left. Ireland, the UK, that is. Oh, okay. That's good to know. I thought it would have been different. I would have figured most of Europe drove on the left side. For whatever reason. I don't know why I thought that, but... Be interesting to know the reason why there's those differences between different countries. Like, why isn't everyone trying to drive on the same side of the road? Or I guess in that case, why is the UK and Ireland different? I feel like there's got to be a reason, though, right? Like, it's more, I don't know, not economical, but easier to drive. I don't know. It also begs the question, why does the US and it sounds like other parts of Europe drive on the right side of the road? Well, that's just how it naturally evolved. Oh, this is fun. There we go. Not fun. My goodness. We need more fire res potions. Might actually go do that in a bit. Yeah. We're fine for now, but we need to go do that in a bit. Hey! Not again! So many holes in the ground here. Yeah, I gotta fall in lava at least once, yeah. No, you're totally right. Totally right there. If you're not falling into the lava, what are you doing? For employees, local standards, well before things like the car industry became international. But like electricity, where every country has its own standard and TV. Yeah, that's true. Back then, there wouldn't have been as much ease of communication between countries too, and world organizations and things like that. Because cars are pretty old now. I mean, you know, in US terms of old. For as young of a country as we are, relative to places in Europe, you know. It's old for us. Alrighty, sounds good. Sounds good. Go get the meds and tea. Whew. All right. You know, one thing I gotta set time aside to do is in my New Year's resolutions that I do every year. I feel like the end of this year has been really weird for me. Because I feel like I haven't done as much as I would like to, but I also feel like I've done a lot. Like I haven't, like, if I hadn't done a lot, I feel like the time would be going by slower, but I feel like the time has been going by very quickly. Like I noticed the other day, it'd been like 3 months or something since my last upload. I'm like, really? It's been 3 months? Seriously? I just posted that stuff yesterday. Time is very weird right now, I will say. And it does kind of get like that at the end of the year. And then I'll be able to come out strong in January, and then things die down a little bit. I think this year it will be a little easier to stay on track. Each year has gotten, I feel like a little, I say it's gonna get a little easier, and then it gets a little harder, harder than I would think it would. But next year, I mean, I've talked with Emma about this more recently, but like, we have pretty much gone through like all of the major things in life that we are expecting to. It makes it a little difficult to figure out what's next, you know? But from a like, okay, what's this year's theme? What's the next thing that we're gonna be doing? There's not really a next thing, which is where being able to do some of these other things gets a little bit easier, in theory. But yeah, there's not like a next thing that we're gonna be doing, you know? Go. We did all the major life things in about, we did a lot of the major life things in about 4 years. It's kind of insane. And there's always something, you know, is one of the things that we've talked about, and one of the things as you know, I'm not old, but as I get older, and I've mentioned this before, as I get older, I learn more things. I feel like my brain's more developed. But one of those things I've noticed is, in this conversation with a coworker the other day, there's no such thing as a good time, and there's also no such thing as like not being busy. If you're like really living life, like there's always something going on that could prevent you from doing something. You know, oh, I've got this thing going on. Oh, I've got that thing going on. There's always gonna be something. So if we want to get certain things done, then we've got to be able to do things even when we're quote unquote busy. So. And it's hard, you know, because there's only so many hours in the day, and there's only so much brain power, and only so much, I've mentioned it before, right? Like, I play Rocket League probably a little more than I had intended to, at this point, because it's such a brainless thing to do, you know? It's so easy, so.
You have half a second.
Yeah, what's up?
Can you come out to the kitchen real quick?
Give me 1 sec. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick BRB, see what Emma wants, and then I will be back. So let me just do this, give you guys a nice view. I won't turn over the BRB screen just yet. Well, maybe I will. Let's jump to the BRB screen. I'll be back in a few seconds, folks, or a few minutes. Well, like a few minutes.
Without you, I'm always in a nightmare. Without you, my heart won't beat again. Without you, I'm always in a nightmare. Without you, the fear will never end. Without you. Without you,
All right, I'm back. Emma's making chicken and corn chowder for lunch this week. She's been meal prepping, and this is pretty fun. She needed my opinion on some bacon we've had laying around for a while. Laying around, quote unquote. It's been in the fridge, but the equivalent of, you know, maybe getting close to being bad because it's been in the fridge for a little while. So you always just have to check those things, you know? Let's put this stuff away. Almost there. When we come back, we should bring some slabs with us. Sounds yummy. It looked like like I wasn't expecting the ingredients to be what they were, I guess. But it's basically, she had me chop up some chicken. We got a rotisserie chicken. Chop that up. Chopped up russet potatoes, onions, chopping up the bacon. I feel like there's stuff I'm forgetting in that too. But I saw those ingredients, I'm like, I feel like that's not as healthy as I was expecting this to be, but I guess it is. Doesn't have to be healthy. I don't know. Which is fine. Like, it's just, you know, it's not something that I expect from her because she's a lot more healthy than eating wise than I am. So, oh, you know what? I was supposed to go get slabs. Well, sorry, when I say healthy, I'm thinking more like greens. Like, I expect more greens in it, I guess, but it is chowder, so I don't know what I was thinking. She's much bigger into like fruits and vegetables that are more green in nature. Like, I don't like cucumbers. She'll put cucumbers in a lot of things. You know, I think of like cucumbers, tomatoes, lettuce. Trying to think of what else. Carrots. Emma's not normally the meat and potatoes type of person, which I am. So when I saw the ingredients were really meat and potatoes, it's like, oh, okay. So it's a different kind of meat and potatoes, but instead of tea, I decided to have a dandelion and burdock. Instead of tea. What is it? So dandelion's a flower. What's burdock? Yeah. So like looking at kind of the ingredients that she was using, it wasn't as green as as I've come to expect from her. And, you know, meat and potatoes aren't going to be as healthy food-wise as, you know, carrots and celery. Okay. Burdock's a root, okay. D&B is one of the old-timey herbal drinks every nation seems to have. In the US, you have root beer. In Russia, they have kvass. Okay. Never really thought of root beer as like a herbal drink, though. At least not the way that it's processed and put into stores, anyways. I mean, I love root beer. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if I've ever really thought about it that way. Excuse me, you're being very mean. I don't like mean. Mean is bad. We are all nice here. We all say hi, and then I kill you. Thank you. There we go. Where did you come from? Root beer is as difficult to get here as D&B would be in the US. You have to really look for it. Go to the like American. Is there an American section in your stores? I don't know if we have like a UK section though. We have all kinds of other sections, but don't think we have a UK section. At least a lot of stores I've been to. Do that. We're gonna do this too. I'm mostly doing this so that I can easily walk over it. Easy enough. Did I mention that when I was gone I got a Diet Coke? It's become one of those drinks that I have more often. For better or for worse. Some of the bigger stores have them, but they're not common. I think in both countries that's the case, yeah. That's fair enough, or, you know, there might be a specialty store you can go to. I don't know why I've latched on so much Diet Coke, but I have. I think because it's 0 calorie, which is nice. But it's not everything. So did change the way people are thinking about what's healthy. Potatoes are one of the foods that thoughts are changing on. It's actually low in calories, processed right. Yeah. Well, and the more important part with food people are finding is eating less processed stuff, right? If you're eating just like, if you're getting potatoes and you're peeling them or chopping them or whatever you're doing and then putting them in a stew, that's great. But if you're getting a bunch of like more processed things like certain potato chips, not all potato chips, but certain potato chips, French fries, I mean, a lot of fried things are wonderfully tasting, just not the best for you. Even just generally more processed things are worse. Whole foods are better, that kind of thing. There's a big American store where in Manchester where I lived for a year. Nice. Though it is always interesting, right? Like the question from some people sometimes can be like, you know, what is American food? What is it? The famous Tom Holland clip that I see everywhere all the time. It's partially a joke, but it's like, yes, what is American food? And the top answers are hamburgers and French fries. That is what I think of. Between that and just, I would say barbecue, just in general, is what I think of when I think of like American food. Brisket, ribs, mac and cheese. That's what I think of. Oh yeah, there's a lot of other kinds of regional food as well. You know, the weird part about America, though, is that it is, I say weird, but it's also kind of, I mean, it's very non-intentional, intentional at the same time. It's just the melting pot nature of it. You get a lot of different things and a lot of different cultures, and then cultures that blend and produce new kinds of food or new kinds of, not just food, everything. Do that and we'll just slab this part then. Gonna have that too, so we just adopted the food of the places we invade. Yep. Yep. Manifest destiny. Let's go over here. Yeah, and with the globalization of just the world over the last however many years, decades, centuries at this point, a lot of foods and cultures can start to blend. So. Oh, that was a skull. We got a skull. We got a skull. Pretty sure we did. Yes, we got a skull. We need one more. Oh. That's new. I don't think I've ever sat here and had a wither skeleton spawn. I think that means that whatever we're doing is working. Even with the small area that we have, it's working a little better now. Success. Because could also just have gotten. Ooh. Also could have just gotten pretty lucky there, but it is interesting to keep tabs on it. Well, to be fair, the latter half of the 20th century had a lot of immigration to the UK. Yeah, so immigration will bring a lot of that, but also, like I was saying, just like the globalization, right? Everyone knows, especially in the 21st century now, everybody has access to everything now, which is good and bad. Yeah, I think they've improved a little bit, Breezy, but the most important part of all this is going to be expanding this platform, right? We need more Wither Roses. Because all we have is just this little plot. But imagine like this entire area inside of here filled with Wither Roses. And the efficiency that that would bring would be insane. I'm so excited. So it's taking months, but we're getting somewhere. Get out of my face. Okay, we're good. Oh, no worries, Breezy. You're good. Everything's been, I think, normal so far. I haven't seen anything that's looked weird, so. I think you're good. Once we get rid of the lava, we're gonna see even better spawn rates, because you'll see all these mobs spawning here. What we actually need to do as well is go to some of those like little places where like mobs can still spawn, where some of these magma cubes and whatnot can still spawn, and clear those up, because that's probably gonna even have an even bigger impact. Oh, it's cold, and it's getting colder. That's one of the things I didn't mention today is it snowed last night. I think we got between 3 and 4 inches of snow. which I was not expecting. I was expecting it to be more like nothing or half an inch at most, and we ended up with 3 or 4 inches of snow. So we have not only had to shovel off our driveway, which isn't a very long driveway, thankfully. Otherwise it'd be a lot worse. But we did end up having to shovel the sidewalk, 'cause we butt up against the sidewalk, and so part of living here is that we have to shovel the sidewalk as well. So we had to shovel that, which was, you know, fun, quote unquote. But since we got it shoveled this morning, the sun is, you know, heating up the ground and it's helping it melt. The temperature continues to go down hour after hour though during the day. The high for today was probably like at like 1 a.m. today. It's gonna get colder. I think right now, if I look, right now it's 23 degrees. The day started at like above freezing. I think it was like 34, 35. So that's 23 degrees Fahrenheit for all my European friends. Because I don't know what that is. Celsius. It's going to be less than 0 degrees Celsius because 0 is freezing. So I have to look at the calculation. But it is 23 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Feels like 3. And then the low tonight is supposed to be 16 degrees at like 9 or 10 o'clock. By the time I get to 16 degrees, it's probably gonna feel like less than 0 Fahrenheit, which is cold. So you had 45-ish right out, nice. Low 30s tonight. Hopefully not below freezing. As long as it stays above freezing, it's cold, but it's okay. Once it gets below freezing, especially where we're getting at, where it's gonna be like 15, 16 degrees. Ooh-wee. I'll tell you, it's not gonna be fun. Especially waking up tomorrow. Well, the weather here is more civilized. Currently 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomorrow you'll have 11. Yeah. It's more, it sounds like it's more neutral there right now. It's a little chilly probably, but mostly okay. This is really cold. We've had a really cold end to the fall, autumn season. Because it's been really cold here the last few weeks. In October, it was, 50, 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and everyone's like, woo, feels great. And then, it gets to November, it's just getting colder, and then December, it's frozen. Horrible. But, it's also just part of living where I live in Maryland, so. In a 36-hour time frame, we go going from like 75 to low of 33. You hate to see it. Yeah. It's supposed to, I think, rain the end of this week. I think. Something like that. What do you think about it? Yeah, it's gonna rain Thursday and Friday. We're gonna go from highs of like, tomorrow's high is gonna be 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Friday's high is gonna be 57. So it's gonna get warmer, thankfully. But then it's gonna get real cold again after that. And like Wednesday, we'll be back in the 60s. Yeah, it's gonna be similar for us, so. Maybe not into 60s, but warmer is nice. we live around, I've mentioned it before, we live around a bunch of older people. And so one of the debates when we talk to them, talked to one of the older folks recently, yesterday or today, whatever it was, I think it was yesterday, was a lot of times the older folks here are debating, you know, do they move to, you know, a place like Florida? Because it's warmer there, you know, and older bones not as fond of the cold. But a lot of people like living where we live, and people don't want to move, even when they get older. So a lot of people tend to stay. It's because they like where they live and they don't want to move, and I get it. I feel the same way. And I'm not even old yet. Definitely more mild here, especially being within 20 miles of the sea. Rarely falls below freezing in winter, and rarely goes up higher than 86 Fahrenheit in summer. That does sound better. One of the places in America that, I don't know if outside of America people like this place or not, but I can tell you inside of America people love it, is San Diego out in California, because the temperatures are so consistent. And they're consistently like between lowest 50, highest like 75 or something. Like it's in a really good range. Oh, got some more spawn rates. Go get them. Nothing. There's still one up there. Wednesday we'll be back in the 60s. Currently sitting on my front porch now in shorts and a cami. It's like 45-ish. Nice. I wish I could do that. Does sound nice? Yeah. Well, you know, the flip side to having a place like that where, you know, everyone wants to live because it's a good temperature is it's expensive. When I did visit San Diego, you know, just to live in the area is very expensive. It's a city, so yeah, it's gonna be more expensive, but even for a city, it's expensive. Unfortunately. Because I mentioned to Emma, like, why don't we move to San Diego? She was like, well, it's expensive. I'm like, yeah. No, I was out there for a work trip. Funny enough, I was out there for a work trip at the same time that TwitchCon was going on. So that was a few years ago when I took my took a picture with Boz. He swung by. I wasn't too far from the convention center, so we met up and we didn't talk for very long, but we at least took a picture, talked a little bit. This was a few years ago. This is like 2023? No. This was 2022. It was TwitchCon San Diego 2022. Yeah, I don't know how far out. It would be a decent distance though. But I don't know exactly how far out. You'd have to go to be more affordable. You can say met in person, yep. While I was out there, I messaged a few people who I knew were potentially going to TwitchCon, or who I'd seen were going to TwitchCon, and be like, hey, round, and like I'm not there for TwitchCon, but can at least say hi. So I think I was arriving like the weekend that TwitchCon was ending, basically. Or something like that. So like a lot of people were already going home. But excuse you. That's rude. Yeah, no, I've never been to TwitchCon. I've actually never been to a convention, period. It's not something that I've ever done. I think it'd be cool. The problem with TwitchCon is all the way across the country, so I've got to. It's more expensive to head over there, right? And then I'd have to either go with a group of people, or Emma would have to come as well, but she's never been particularly interested in that. So if we're gonna spend money to go someplace, we would go other places probably. I don't know if she's ever been to San Diego. I think it'd be nice to go to San Diego, just for the act of going to San Diego and seeing what it's like. It's really nice. Luna's enjoying the sun. Nice. Yeah, it's glad it's sunny there as well. It's pretty sunny here too, which has been nice for trying to melt the snow, even though it's below freezing. I would like the snow to melt, at least on like my driveway and the sidewalk. A group of people, some of your friends are going to be in a TwitchCon. A few of your friends do what they want to do. It's a good idea. I mean, I don't know if we really have friends that would go, but either one of us. That's a nice idea. See anybody? Okay. Let's do that. It's a long departure. Yeah, or split the time. Right, like to go for TwitchCon for a couple days and then go. It'd have to be a longer trip, right? It's always fallen at a really weird time though, because TwitchCon, I think it's a little later now, but when it first started, it would always fall around my birthday. So it's also like, do I want to go to TwitchCon for my birthday? Maybe, I don't know. Because it used to be in like September, like late September. I think it's more like October now. But yeah, it'd have to also be going for other things. Because honestly, with TwitchCon, like, unless you're doing, like, unless you're really interested in certain things at TwitchCon, and or, like, as a Twitch partner, like, I could get into the Twitch partner party if I wanted to. So, like, if I wanted to go to the Twitch partner party, you know, I think it could only be me, though. Like, I don't think Emma could go. It would just be me going. That's why a lot of people go, so. Meetups, panels. I think as kind of as a content creator, I think the cool thing to me would be to go to all like the different panels. Like Hermitcraft had a panel, I think, this past time. You know, go to the Hermitcraft panel, you know. Or go to some of the panels that are more like niche content creator things just to learn stuff and ask questions. I think it would be really cool. So maybe. There is a lot of stuff to do in San Diego though. Like even when I was out there for my work trip, basically by myself. I mean, there were other like work people well, one other work person there. But for the most part, I was kind of on my own. So I think I got there like a day early. I had a whole day to myself. So I spent the day like sightseeing and going to different like museums and things like that, which are pretty cool. '30th birthday trip, exactly. There we go. Planning ahead. Yeah, because probably I don't know if it would work next year. We're already starting to stack up on the on the things we're doing next year. It's not major things, but it's like bigger trips that'll be overnight trips at the very least. So I don't know if I've mentioned, but Emma is I think I mentioned this, but Emma's a bridesmaid in one of her friends' weddings. So there's stuff like that, right? Like she will be going to probably a bachelorette party at some point. Who knows what they'll actually do for that, but she'll help with that. And we've got a couple weddings to go to, and we've already started to get some of the things like stacked up. So yeah, she probably, I don't know, I may have mentioned it here too, I don't know. There we go. TwitchCon is later in the year though, so I think that would make it pretty nice to be able to go. But especially since I've never been to a TwitchCon or any convention. So I never did it when I was younger, but one of the places that one of the things I did when I go to was let you guys know I'm a big Rocket League fan. When I was in high school, there was a Rocket League World Championship, I think was being hosted in like DC, I think. One year, and I really wanted to go, but I was still in high school, and I don't think that would have been possible, unfortunately. I definitely didn't have the money to go. Kind of the big part of that. I don't watch a whole lot of Rocket League anymore, so I don't think I would want to go to some... Well, I don't know. Maybe I would want to go to something like that now. It'd be fun to go, but... I don't know. All kinds of things, right? All kinds of things I could go do. I'm gonna put together like a bucket list, you know? Yeah, it's one of her, one of Emma's, she had 2 maids of honor. One of them is getting married now. And they're doing it real quick. Like it took us like, it was a 2.5 year turnaround-ish between engagement to getting to like the wedding. For them, it's like a year. So they're like compressing a lot. And her friend's a teacher, so they pretty much have to do it over the summer. Or her friend's not a teacher. Her friend works in the school system. Technically, she's a tutor. She's a speech language pathologist who works in public schools. So she's on that school schedule, right? So it's also kind of like weird. Unfortunate. Like we were able to just kind of do whatever we wanted whenever we wanted. We take time off whenever we need to, you know. But for her, it's a little more, gotta be a little more precise with when things are. There we go. Actually, this. Let's do that. Yeah, it still works. Oh, I'm usually done by now, aren't I? Been going for an hour 15 now. It feels weird, but yeah, it is a little weird. I've kind of been all over the place, just whenever fits the stream, basically. Level 65. What do you know? I've been thinking a little bit about what I want to do next year. I do want to still stream, of course, but I'm just trying to think of like what else do I want to do? You know, because YouTube continues to get put on the back burner. It's one of those things that like I want to get consistent with, but it's hard to be consistent and maintain a certain level of quality with it, you know? Because I could be consistent and just put out 20 minutes of garbage, but well, it wouldn't all be garbage, but like I could make that a focus, but is that what I really want to do? I don't know. Oh, I think I was supposed to DM you after stream as well. I forgot about that. I think. Probably. So, my bad as well. But it's one of those things I'm thinking about going into the new year, right? What do I want to do? Which is a hard question to answer. For sure. Let's do this. I don't know where the corner of this thing is. I need to figure out where the corner of this thing is. I don't know where it is. Alright, let's see. How do I get up there? Oh, that's not gonna work. That is, ooh, that's not gonna work. Let me see if I can find it a different way. The existential questions, right? Of who am I? Who am I anymore? It's true though, you know, who am I? What do I want to do? I've been doing this for 11 years. Today's 11 years, you know? Am I still fine with what I'm doing, or do I want to do something different? Negative 432. I don't know, you know? Negative 432, 543. Negative 432, 543. It's over lava. If I get the chords there, I can... Yeah, I guess I could pillar up technically, but... That is good enough to give me an idea as to where I need to stop. So we're at 543 here. Negative 432. Okay, so we just keep going that way. We should be fine. We gotta go through here though. It's a bit of a bummer. Yeah, I think on the side I could pillar up. I think you're right. I'm also looking for is here, right? This is 543. Figure out how far in do we go? We'll leave that as part of the upper area. We don't need to go through. We just go through here. Negative 432. We'll just clear out all this area. Let's do that for now. Oh my goodness, sun is shining through. All the bots that come through here and decide to insult me are insane. Like, how does anyone think that that's like a good idea? Cause like one of the messages that just got blocked and I just denied it was like, tired of speaking to a void? It's like, how is that not insulting? You really think I'm gonna like want to go to that site? Really? After that? It's a bold choice. I'm taking this down over here, by the way, just to make my life a little bit easier. Being able to see around here. Just do that. Exactly, you're not a void, you're a person. Yeesh, guys. I think they might just be trying to prey on people's insecurities. And for me, I'm just like, no thank you. I've been doing this for a long time. Buying viewers does not help. I've never done it. I've seen people not necessarily buy viewers, but get like someone else buy viewers for them, where they get boosted. They get bots, and it does not help. It is not a helpful thing. Nobody should do it. All it does is increase your chances of getting banned. That's about it. A much better strategy on Twitch, if for people who even think this way, which I don't really anymore, but a much better strategy is just to genuinely be friends with people who stream and be a part of communities, and that will, without you even having to try, you know, help improve a stream's viewership. So genuine curiosity and interest beats bots any day. So if I think back in the last 11 years, I think the number one skill, streaming is nice, right? Being able to talk to, you know, chat, some kind of viewership, it helps, yes, but I think more than anything, having the hundreds of videos, thousands of hours of practice of talking, literally talking to myself at a screen. I'm not talking about stream, I'm talking about like creating content, YouTube content. That's probably the most like valuable experience I've gotten was just that. Man, yet another bot. I'm popular today. So, if there's any advice I'd have for anyone, I mean, even just in general, like whether it's making content or just wanting to get better at talking. Seriously? It would be YouTube probably over streaming. Though I still do think that as much as it may have hurt me from a viewership perspective over the years and like shifting, like having two different focuses, being able to do both streaming and YouTube at the same time, it just makes it so much more enjoyable, right? Because I get that that practice and the ability to create my own content. You know, I'm not having to rely on a chat or anything like that, and be able to focus on that. But also, you know, a few times a week, be able to have the interaction that, you know, most creators want with their audience. So I really enjoyed doing both. That's why I did both. Why I still do both to some degree. YouTube has not been as much the last few years, but I really like doing both at the same time. Yeah, you got me. No, I'm sure Jen's got things to do, and in general, people have things to do, so. I don't know. I do feel like this has been a little more efficient. Okay. Maybe I'm just flying by more often than I used to. I don't know. Got you, baby. Go. Did that right? I did. Just gotta check myself before I wreck myself. Easy peasy. I love this view. Right when I have shaders on and I can see the whole area here. Oh my goodness, like we've made so much progress. The question is, where do we go from here? Do I go straight down here? Do I do this? Make this tunnel? Or do I go to like an area over here? Start tearing some of this down. That is the question, isn't it? That is the question. I don't know what I want to do. I also can't really see because of the glare on my monitor from the window. Let's see. Is that on the end there? I think that's on the end. I want to get rid of that first. Or is this outside the realm? No, this is inside. This is most definitely inside. Let's do this. See where we cut off. We cut off there. So this whole section right here is absolutely inside. Way off in the corner, but I've not really thought about clearing lava. I mean, the easiest thing would be just to get a whole bunch of sand. Maybe there's a better solution than that, but do a similar thing to what I did when I cleared out my ocean monument and just build a machine where I can just kind of not quite AFK. Yeah, I fell. But kind of semi-automate the process. We could try in this little path right here. Basically just going down the bedrock, and I mean, I think under the lava there is some more stuff we'll have to clear. So what we'll probably have to do, clear some lava, mine the rest down to bedrock, rinse, repeat for a while. Yeah, well, the piston pushes the sand. Yeah, it's a really easy circuit from what I remember. What's up, Fiber Wolf? How was the stream? Appreciate that raid. Go ahead and throw your shout out. How was the stream? How were the things? What were you up to today? There we go. Neo, welcome in. Angel Shine, welcome in as well. Hopefully y'all are doing well. Grinch Mountain. Are you building that in Minecraft then? Mountain from the old Grinch Christmas movies, shows, movie, short film, whatever it is. Is it a short film or a movie? We were just watching Christmas stuff last night. We were watching Frosty the Snowman, which I haven't watched that in a while, and it was just 25 minutes. I'm like, was it really this short? I think the Grinch one, the animated one, is 25 minutes long as well. So, but either way, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. For those just tuning in, my name is Whitefire. I do the survival Minecrafts. I play in my amplified hardcore single player survival world over. You can see the day count on the screen, but it's getting close to 3,300 days, I think, in this world. That I started almost 5 years ago. February of 2021 is when I started it. So we're closing in on 5 years. Just a couple months from now, it'll be 5 years. Even has the sleigh on top? Nice. That sounds awesome though. Sounds like you're enjoying it as well. Yeah, so that's the other thing that we're not really celebrating it, but I did mention it today. Today is 11 years for me between Twitch and YouTube. This Twitch account's only been around for about 10 years, but I had an account before this. I switched accounts before. This is before Twitch put in the feature where you could switch your name. So if you wanted to have a new name on Twitch, you had to actually like delete your account and make a new one. So on this day 11 years ago though is when I posted my first YouTube video of my original solo survival world called, at the time I called it White's Wondrous Minecraft World, WWMCW. All my file names for like the videos I'd upload would have WWMCW and then the episode number on it. Same with like the thumbnails that I would make and things like that. So that was posted 11 years ago today. So pretty sure. I didn't double check before I said that, but like I'm pretty confident it was today. So, and I started Twitch basically at the same time. Like I said, different account, but than the one I have right now. But it was, I think I posted my first episode and then I went live on Twitch like the next day or the day after that. And just played in the world doing random stuff in it. Try to progress. So. Built Santa's Workshop 2 with a baby zombie. Oh, ooh. Going all Christmassy. I don't think I've done a Christmas build in a long time. That sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty awesome. Thank you so much for the raid once again. I really do appreciate it. So what are we doing right now? We are working on a perimeter for my Wither Skeleton farm in the Amplified Hardcore world. So you can see where all the slabs are, where we've been slowly making progress, tearing a bunch of stuff down. Put my wings on. The Wither Skeleton farm's in the middle here. It's we're still kind of working on it, but it's a Wither Rose powered Wither Skeleton farm. You can see the little platform I have right there, which I want to expand. So you can see all the area around here. So the idea, you see where that border is to do this giant perimeter all the way around all the chunks around the Wither Skeleton farm area. Clear it out, bedrock to bedrock, eventually. And so we're just kind of slowly, I'm hand digging it out. I know I'm a little bit insane, but I didn't want to do like any kind of TNT duping or, you know, flying machines or whatever to clear the area out. I wanted to dig it out by hand, so we're digging it out by hand. So this is where we're at. We're slowly making progress. We're working on this for the last few months. We're slowly making progress. The idea right now is to get everything to a point where we're like at a surface level here. We've got rid of all the big stuff, so I can see the entire area. Get rid of all the smaller stuff and then dig out the lava. I'm gonna probably worry about the ceiling last. Was my plan. I could worry about the ceiling next, but my original plan was to worry about the ceiling last. So the first thing I did was dig out the Nether Fortress where this was at. So that's where a lot of these platforms that are slabbed up now came from. So lurk. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Thanks so much for the raid. Once again, appreciate it. Yeah, big job. TNT machine that would do half the circle and then turn it around and do the other side. That's a lot faster. I don't use duping machines. I don't really use any flying machines either in this world. It's all done by hand. For better or for worse. So well, let's go put this stuff away. But so it's gonna take a while. Like I don't expect this to get done for years, you know. But we just make slow progress every week on it. So
Hot?
and follow the circle you would build. Fair enough. Give me 1 second. Got some
Very hot.
chicken and corn chowder to try. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the steam coming. I can see the steam coming off of
Very,
it.
very hot.
So there's bacon, there's chicken, there's potatoes, and there's corn.
Hi, Breezy.
And then what was the soup stuff?
It's
The liquid
just
made out of?
stock and half, pretty much.
Yeah, it is really hot. I gotta blow on it. Blow on it, blow on it, blow on it. Your lurk too, been a long day. I have more stuff to do. Alrighty, thanks so much for the lurk. Thanks so much for coming through the raid as well. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your day. If you're hanging out in the background as well, you'll hear me talk. But either way, hope you have a good rest of your day. Great rest of your day. Can I have this?
Yes.
Like the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it good?
I need to get some of the chicken, some of the bacon with it.
Okay.
Because just the first bite I had was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Have you on my ear for a while, fair enough.
I'm still waiting for it to thicken a little bit more, but
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably needs to thicken a little bit.
yeah.
But okay. Good. Good job. Wait for that to cool down some. Because it's pretty hot. some rockets. Thank you. Well, I probably need well, maybe not yet. But I will probably need some slabs to put down. Are we ending at over here somewhere? Right here? Look at this. Get out of here. So, yep, this is what we are working on today and have been working on for, like I said, for a few months now. The hardest part of this is just the magma cubes, to be honest. We've been doing a couple things to try to avoid them. It's here? Nope, that's wrong. Or is that right? That's right. Hold on. There's one more down. Just two more down, I think. I believe this is the border right here. Yep. I'm still on 1.21.8. Updating hasn't, again, been a big priority for me. Because we're not using any of the new features, and I haven't particularly cared to, I guess, so. We will update eventually, just whenever I get to it. I don't know why I was sitting here and I was thinking about microphones. Over the 11 years that I make content, I've had 2 microphones. I think. I don't think I ever had an AT2020. Audio-Technica 2020. I think that's what it's called. Audio-Technica definitely makes it. I think that's what the AT stands for. But my Blue Yeti is currently... We're letting Emma's brother borrow my Blue Yeti. He's trying to switch away from a headset mic that he uses for the gaming stuff that he does. He doesn't make content, but he does gaming. He does game with his friends online. So right now, I've had 2 microphones. One was the Blue Yeti that he's currently using, and then the second one is this AT2035 that I've been using. That I bought like 4 or 5 years ago. So it's interesting helping him figure out how to use it. I haven't used that microphone, has not been used in literally years. I think the last time that microphone was used, Emma and I did like a Lego stream in our living room at an old apartment like 4 years ago. I don't know. So I didn't even know that microphone still worked, and it does still work. It's not doing as good of a job as it should be, but it does still work. That's because it shows a feature where you can reload a stack in your hand. You can put a hopper and chest system into shelf, and you can right click it to fill a stack in your hand. Interesting. It's an interesting hack. Here, I think. Yeah, I don't know as much about the shelves and some of the newer features. I mean, I will eventually figure it out, but one of those things where it's like, you know, when you work on a project like this, and unless it's something that's gonna help with your current project, it is hard to really look into it, find use out of something like that. So, like the Happy Gas are a great addition. I just don't use them, not yet. We've been in the Nether for so long, and I haven't needed them, you know. I did use them for some of the overworld projects that I was working on, but I haven't used. And that might be what we do in the new year, honestly. I've been thinking about content, right? And I want to, like, there's some things that are on the back burner for this world that I really just like either need to or want to start working on beyond this project. So what I might do is keep the streams as this content, and as like YouTube content, work on other stuff. We'll see. I find that to be harder to do, but so I would like to, like, there's a whole castle I still want to build on that mountaintop in the center of the spawn chunks. So I have it designed. I just have to build it, you know, start building it. I would love to start building it. Just so easy to log on and just do this, you know. Oh. See someone make a little reload area in the base where they can swing by and top off rockets and food. Oh, okay. That's neat. I mean, I don't know if that's something that I would ever use, because I have my shulker boxes, you know, which do what I need. I have more food than I'll ever know what to do with as well. I don't even need to kill a single other cow or trade or any. I mean, if I did want more food and I want to move away from steak, I have an endless supply of golden carrots. And you know, you get to that phase in a world where it's like you just kind of have everything. I don't have everything, but I've got all like the basics taken care of. Because there's still a lot of things I do not have in this world. I really need frog lights. Like that's gonna be like, I think the next one of the next things is I really need frog lights. Oh shoot, I need to get slabs. Because I don't want to be using redstone lamps for everything, so. Let's do this. Go this way. Skedoodle out of here. But if you're in a specific area, you swing by and just right click instead of having to pull the ender chest and shulker out. Yeah, that's true. If it's easy to set up, you just set it up in a particular area. That's true. So like if I set up a few stations around here. So that is one thing I think we need to solve, though. You were talking about rockets. I think we do need to do a better job in this world of gunpowder. Get those basics set up. Like, I have enough gunpowder, but I am spending time having to go get gunpowder that I could spend on other things, you know. So, of all the farm stuff that I'll probably do in the near term, it's going to be more stuff that's focused like that on things that I'm already doing manually, that I want to spend more manual time doing other things like digging, you know. A nice XP system without having to go to like the Enderman farm would be nice. It's just like a right click, you're done to repair tools. That's a harder thing to do, but Some of it might just be making more tools, you know? There we go. Let's do this. Down to the arcade. There we go. So that area right there is done. That's good. We've got whatever that is. I need to take care of, but yeah, I wouldn't want to add a mod for sure. Yeah, XP bottles are an option. I would not want to add a mod though. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, go away. Get out of here. Let's do that. Yeah, we need to move this beacon probably. I don't really want to care about this area up here yet. I want to care about stuff down here. Just do this real quick. I think the next thing here is going to be to move the beacon again. I think we stop there. Yeah. Dispenser system where you can send a pressure plate and dispenses multiple XP bottles. That would work. Oh, shush. You moved. You moved again. So rude, man. Oh, might be something over there. Nada. Okay. See if I can take care of some of these smaller things in the middle. Eight minutes? Okay. Let's do this. Go this way. Do this for a little bit. That system I sort of came up with on a server I played on where the traders don't lock. Ooh. Not having the trades lock is nice. I also want to see if I can just stay in this vicinity and see if I get a bunch of wither skeletons to drop. That would be ideal. Alright, 7 minutes still. Let's guys are fast in lava, I'll tell you that. Very fast in lava. Ooh. There we go. Hello, friends. Alright, 6 minutes. Yeah, if you don't have the trades locking, it does make the XP bottles easier to get. Yeah. Go. That's a little better. Get anything over here yet? Ooh, okay. Got a few. Another skull, maybe? Nope. Ooh, that was... Yikes. Shoot. Let's get this one. We're at 4 minutes 21 seconds. There's a whole bunch of stuff down here, I'll tell you that. Whoop. Got a beacon somewhere around here. But the skeleton's there. One's way over there. For some reason. On me, apparently. Get down there. Let's get you out. Fire res potion. See what's down here. Easy enough. Haven't seen another skull yet. Nope. Well, but staying in the area has been fruitful for sure. Yep, thank you, Breezy. I'm gonna go from here, probably over here. There we go. Oh, you. That, thank you. Ooh. There we go. There we go. Yes, there still is this beacon here. That's much more open now, for sure. Enderman over there, I think. Yep. Let's do that. Okay. Making this a little better. Get rid of some of the smaller ones over here we need to get rid of. But it does look like it's a little more efficient now. Or it just it could also... Oh, it's a skull! It's a skull! Yes! Okay, we've got enough for to fight another wither to get some more wither roses now. Not gonna do it today. But we got 2 skulls today. That's very important. I'm very happy about that. So I think that's gonna be a high note to end off on. If there's anyone around, like the other people streaming, we'll go raid someone I think today. But thanks so much for being here, folks. Thanks so much for hanging out. Yeah, there's a lot of people online. Holy moly. Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out, folks. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. If you're new around here, haven't followed yet, make sure to hit that follow button. There's 3 main platforms you all should be aware of. There's Twitch, that's where I stream. There's YouTube, that's where I make edited content. And then there's Discord, and that's where I post things generally if I'm going to be live, not going to be live, and just that has the most interaction, I would say, out of anywhere else. So if you want to be involved, those are the 3 places to be involved. So absolutely will, Breezy. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here. We'll have our raid message. I'm trying to figure out who I want to raid. Because there's a few options today. Maybe we'll head over to Shadow. Shadow's not doing Minecraft, but he's doing something different. So doing a bit of a variety day. So I don't think I've raided Shadow in a few months. So let's head over to Shadow today. So, but thank you for the suggestion, Breezy. Linksy is also another good suggestion. So. All right, folks. / rated Shadowstone. Thanks for watching today, everyone. I appreciate you all. I'll be back on Wednesday. So, take care for now. Have a good one.